All right. So good morning, everybody. Um, we had a good week. Angela's here. What's up, Angela? We're just getting going here.
The-
Had a, uh, we had a good week this last week, and I keep going back to the Hormozis every week, but something that really helped me out is I heard Alex Hormozy say, focus on what you're ignoring. And it's that thing in the back of your head that you should do, and I always tend to I think a lot of people tend to procrastinate around it, knowing it's like the most important thing. So I focused on what was the most important thing, and I got my 100 minutes of marketing in easily. Totally crushed it, actually. Maybe some of you guys saw this, but I'll screen share here for a minute. um, there's the door knocking I did. I'm kind of proud of myself for that.
Holy cow.
Yeah,
Wow.
So that's what he does while I'm in Hawaii.
yeah, grab my ass off.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna pick up again with this. I had it on here last week, and she had 5 points. This is point number 2 that we're starting here.
Frustration. Number 2, stop seeking approval. Every time that you wait for somebody else to say go, to give you control, right? You give them control over your future. So you need to stop asking for permission to live the life that you want to in the way you want to do it. You can't wait for approval from everybody else. For me, I remember when I said, you know what? I'm going to move to California. I've got only $5,000. I don't know anybody there. Nobody thinks this is a good idea, but okay, I'm going to take the jump. I'm just going to try. I'm going to build my life out there. And my whole family, my dad, my siblings, my cousins, my friends, they're all like, you're crazy. What are you doing? I did not have support, but I said, I don't give it. I don't need their permission. I know this is what's right for me. And the people who are where I want to be, they would do something like this. And so you want to have your own approval, and approval from what I would call like your future board of directors. Who are the people you look up to? Would they approve of you doing this? And for me, that was the first time that in my life, I broke out of what I felt like was this prison of constantly seeking approval from everybody else. I was outsourcing my confidence. And that's what you're doing right now. You're probably doing it by watching this video. And I did something that I knew was right for me and that I wanted to do. And you know what it did? Is I took that confidence back. I'd been outsourcing it to all these people. And it felt amazing to finally say, you know what? I can just decide that I want to do something because I want to do it. And I approve of this myself. I approve this message. And it ended up being one of the best decisions of my entire life. And so part of this was looking around at me and saying, do these people who are inserting all their opinions about my life, do they even have the life they want? The people that you're thinking about right now, that are judging you, that you want their approval, do they have the life they want? Seriously, ask yourself that. If the answer is no, then why the fuck are you listening to them? I had to stop listening to those people and start listening to myself, and had to get aligned with what I really wanted. Most people are waiting for permission from people who aren't even where they want to be and aren't even achieving their own goals, let alone helping you achieve yours. They ask their parents, they ask their spouse, they ask 12,000 people on social media, hey, what do you think? Should I do this? Should I not do this? And then they feel paralyzed because they have conflicting opinions. And then they feel more confused because you have contrary evidence, right? You're like, this person said this, so how do I? And then it's like, oh, I'm just going to default to doing nothing because I have no idea what to do. You feel more confused because the thing is this, asking for opinions does not create clarity. Action creates clarity. Approval creates confusion. And the reality is this, most people give you advice based on their fears, not on their knowledge. And so they're giving you advice based on what didn't work for them, didn't work for their dad, mom, spouse, partner, brother, whatever it is. This one time, this person did this thing, and this didn't work out for them. So you should remember that and be scared forever. And here's the thing, anyone who's successful, anyone who makes money, you know how they got there? By conviction, not consensus of everybody in their life. And so I would even go so far as to say this. If everybody approves of your decision, it's probably number.
First of all, real quick, thank you so much for sharing this. Frank shared it with me last week. I think I've listened to 10 of her calls. I mean,
Yeah.
she's amazing. And it's so true, but I never, I never give a shit what people think. That's my superpower. That's it.
That's a good one to have. I love that she said most people give you advice based on their fears. And you're outsourcing your confidence, even by watching this video right now. And she's right. I am a little bit, but I like those confidence boosts, and to hear people that are successful telling you what they've done and what I need to hear to keep going. So I really like her, both her and her husband. I can't wait to take their workshop. They do have a $5,000 workshop that you get in person in Vegas. But he's got a cool book coming out now too. I just bought his book. It's only like $29 to
Oh,
sign
what's
up.
it called?
$100 million roadmap. I think he's taken like 8 businesses to $100 million. So
Nice.
he's got a cool test where you get online and take, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes to fill out your business, and it returns it to you, and it shows where you're at on his roadmap and like what levers to pull to get you to the next level.
Nice.
They
They have
offer-
another conference too in Dallas coming up. You sent it to me.
Oh yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. That is we're gonna get a ticket to this. It's the Aspire tour. Looks really
Aspire, yeah.
awesome. Yeah, a lot of really cool speakers there. The entry level ticket's only $49. So you got 49 to like $500 for the tickets.
Lots of, is that an investor thing?
Yeah, it's all like there's billionaire speakers, and it's just anybody who likes to make money in
Is that
business.
Ridge Lakes or something around here?
Um,
Oh.
it is,
That's in Dallas?
Yeah.
somewhere.
Mhm.
yeah.
Do you mind sharing that?
Oh, yeah.
You know what?
we can share.
I'll
I realized that.
I'm gonna grab the link to this and I'll paste it in here in the chat.
I just realized he's looking at the site. I don't think we're screen sharing anymore.
There. That should be the registration for it. Let me know if that doesn't work.
That's perfect.
What's that?
That's perfect. It works.
Okay,
All right, cool. All right, so we were all of us kind of got into more about cold calling and Jeremy Minor last week. I got a lot of out of the secrets to mastering cold calling using like the confused old man kind of technique. It started to work for me this week. So I wanted to mention that and bring it back up. For this week, I'm interviewing, I think either 4 or 6 Egyptian cold callers. And so my smart goal is to interview 4 Egyptian cold callers by Wednesday, because we're replacing one of our Filipina.
Or if you-
After listening to recordings and whatnot, the Egyptians, I think, are going to be much, much better. And I've talked to a guy that has 413 VAs underneath him, and they have a lot of hustle. They match our accents a lot better. This guy told me, if you don't know how to sell in Egypt, you're going to eat rocks for dinner. And he monitors everybody for tone and like cadence and trains them for real estate. So I'm excited about this guy. And then he can also help us dispo stuff. Amy and I were talking about that. He's got access to investor lift, and like he does a lot of stuff. Everything this guy says, I like what he says so far. So I'll report back on that for.
I thought it was really interesting too, is that they have standards. So if they fall below their standards, then they get cut.
Yeah, he
So-
scores people and puts them on warning if they don't hit like all the metrics that he.
Mhm.
But that's all I have to say about that. How about we went over, we can hit some of your smart goals. Frank, you were talking about Jeremy Minor, so was Gary. And you were sending out the cold call and then postcard. We've been wanting to start that with our data daily as soon as it comes out, because I heard
Yeah.
Brent Mott say as soon as they get data, they're sending a first class postage envelope, and we get these foreclosures coming out throughout the day where we can hit them. Like I wanted to try 10 a week maybe or something just to get something going. But if you want to talk about that at all.
Yeah, so through the Print Genie, that's part of Flipping Pro, I got connected with this guy named Glenn Bennett. And so he's outside, he's not Print Genie, but when I went to sign up, they sent me his information, I scheduled a meeting with him. And he's, that's what he does professionally, right? So sending direct mailers. And so it's basically an affiliate of Print Genie, or he's an affiliate of Print Genie. So he sets you up under his account. He'll put together 4 postcards for us now so far. We had some leads come in from a big dog that we worked with on our first deal. He said, "Hey, he's all here's some homes. He's all let's see if we can get in touch with them. He's all if you want to hit them up, and he's all go in and close them." So I'm actually over the weekend I created a postcard and got it done. I guess over the weekend, it's like Thursday or Friday. Got it done in the same day, and so I was working on that workflow last night just to get it going. So I'm going to drop them into Flipping Pro, and then the first thing is send them a SMS and then send them a postcard, and it'll just go through like the 7-step or the 7 touches. But we'll see how that goes. But I mean, like we did get, like I said, one contact, I guess it was a couple weeks ago, just like from a substitute trustee, just sending and saying, hey, what is this about? Is this real? Is this legit? And just kind of talked her through it. Her dad had passed. I think it was also ended up being a probate. But I mean, just the contact, I was, gets us excited because that means it's working, it's landing, and people are looking at it. So haven't seen any for August. And August we sent out a red colored one. So it's like, hey, shit, this is real, right? For all throughout July, and that's what we've been sending for August 5th. So stopped sending them last week, but there was a ton that we sent out.
Did you tell
So
them about
just
the red, yellow, green? I don't know if you said that.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, so green. So basically, anything for the month of September. Bless you. Anything for the month of September or future, they start with a green postcard, and then 15 days later they get a yellow, and then when they're below the 30 days, they're getting a red one.
Cool.
So it all basically says the same thing, just a little bit different, tonality, and I think we're using at that point. I think I was using more of exactly what to say, and some Chris Voss, calibrated questions. So just trying to help them really just make contact. Hey, this is really going to happen. What are you doing about it? How does it make you feel, kind of thing? Because there's not a lot of room to send, but that's been what we've been doing this past month. So.
Right on. I found our competition on the door
Oh
hanger.
yeah.
We found multiple competitors, multiple door hanger tags.
Oh, look at that. You have options. Look at that.
Yep.
Hey, don't use those words. Just kidding.
I wonder if it's
Yeah, I love seeing all the competition.
Yeah.
But you're on the right path and you're knocking on the right doors. When everyone else is
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're not leaving that.
One time when we door knocked, I took a picture of somebody we knew that was door. I was like, "Hey," and I sent it back to him. I go, "I put mine on top of yours."
Grant taught us to do is take a sticky note and you kind of push on the door a little bit so you can slip it in between the weather seal.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yep.
And then just a little bit of your note is sticking out. You can like stick that to the door. So it's really hard to get out.
Yeah.
Remember our handwritten ones, Frank, we used to do?
Yeah.
And they would call and we'd look at each other. We're like,
It worked. Yeah.
Oh yeah. When our phones started ringing, we're both like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You mess it up. Oh crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For this week, it's really I've been working a lot on the AI, really just answering calls, scheduling meetings. So still tweaking that for just our ability to be able to do our W-2s. I get phone calls, even if they're just callbacks from our cold caller, just to see if we can get something scheduled, because I can't always answer those calls. So at least this way, instead of going to voicemail or not picking up, at least it picks up and they're able to say, hey, is this about this property, or it talks them through it. So that's been pretty exciting. I'm looking forward to giving that a shot this week.
Have you thought about other big dogs answering? Like when we had to leave town, I grabbed 2 big dogs. Rosalind was one of them, and then the phone rings every single day except for that day that I asked them to answer the phone.
No, I mean, we had, when we were on our trip, we had Sabrina in Houston that was like kind of our backup. So, but yeah, we haven't done that recently. But yeah, that's a good idea.
I think it's kind of nice when I'm at my W-2 in uniform and my phone's ringing, and I'm answering it, trying to deal with sellers, and they're like, "What are you doing? What do you do outside this?"
Right.
Stuff you're not doing.
Yeah.
I mentioned last week. So, all right. Gary, how's your Jeremy Minor class going?
Good. So me and Alexis are just starting. I'm just getting into it. I've been a little lax because I've been dealing with some other stuff, but man, it's I don't know. It's been helpful. I think I'd have a better answer for you the deeper I get into it. But yeah, they because they do the coaching and everything. So I guess for a year and really kind of take you into this stuff. So I haven't gotten too deep into the material yet because we just got started about a month ago. And then
That goes hand in hand with Never Split the Difference. And another book I've been rereading that I've gotten a ton out of is Pitch Anything. It talks about frame controls, and I mean, it's just so applicable to everything we do.
yeah, it's hard for me because my mind works so different than that. Because like I don't want to. If I feel like people are doing that to me, I just shut right down.
Yep.
You
Yeah.
know, I just want you to tell me everything, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I received that information well, and I guess most people don't, right? So being able to communicate that to them that in that way is, I guess, kind of it's a learning experience. Need to kind of figure it out. I don't know that I would respond to that stuff. Maybe I would. I don't know, but I don't think so. I think I'd be a hard sell, to be honest with you. Um,
With Chris Voss stuff, he talks about in his book one point where there was a new guy following him around just doing summaries the whole time, and his son's finally like, "Don't you get it? Like, don't you see what's happening?" He's like, "He's doing this the whole time on you," and he didn't
The
even
whole time,
recognize.
yeah.
Yeah. So I think you can pull it off. And for me, we were talking about like playing the game last week, and I remember Phil saying keep him on the phone for 10 minutes, and I've been telling one of my cold callers that slow down. Like your job, don't even think about business or anything. Just your job is to become friends with them, and once they're friends, then you can transfer them to me when you get stuck. So just like I was like, just bullshit with these people and build that rapport. And I think,
You have one you're doing really good with.
yeah, yeah, I feel like I can talk to this guy like he's my dad. He won't listen to anybody, but yeah,
Hmm.
We're gonna get his house one day.
if
Okay.
we do, we'll make plenty of money. Cool. Do you have a SMART goal for this week, Gary?
yeah, so that conversation with Wes was really on Wednesday, Thursday evening was really a kind of eye-opening for me. Um, and this has always been my challenge, you know what I mean? You've got when you it's my ability to access capital, right? And every time I have this conversation with hard money lenders, it's always the same thing. How many houses have you built in the last 3 years? And when you ask a builder how many houses they've built, that means something very different to me than it does the person asking the question. And so it just never actually registered with me what they were asking. And it has nothing to do with my ability to actually build a house. It's how many projects have you done and been responsible for the debt on is what they should be asking, right? And so just a light bulb went off when he worded it that way. It's like, holy cow, I need to because I mean you've got this 0% hard money loan out like money out there where or they'll do 100% financing, you don't pay even the interest till the job's done, but you have to have 5 projects that done in the last 5 years. um and I don't have any. I'm just getting into this now, and part of the reason I'm getting into this is because if I'm being really transparent, I'm really tired of working for homeowners. Um and I want to build my own stuff, and I want to sell stuff to people, sell the end product to people, and whether that's remodeling and flipping houses or building new houses and selling them. It's very different than it is building. Now that being said, I've got some great customers, but a great customer is like 1 in 10, 1 in 20, and they kind of make it worthwhile. But there's a lot more bad customers than good, because every customer thinks they're a construction manager, they think they're an interior designer, and they want to control the entire process. And when it goes wrong, when you let them, well, two things are going to happen, right? You're either going to let them control the process, or you're going to fight with them. And fighting with them causes tension that they don't like. They're not enjoying the build experience. Letting them do it just screws the project up, slows it down, makes it cost more. And then it always becomes my fault, right? Like could be, and in a way it is because I let them, right? Should and so I just want to get away from that in general and be a lot more selective of the people I build custom homes for. Um, all that being said, is my new goal is to figure out, and it's not even about making money. and you know, you've got to be at least 20% partner on these 5 builds. It's how do I get 5 out of the way, whether it's new homes or just flips or whatever. I've got to get 5 projects out of the way as fast as possible. And honestly, I think we should all be looking at that, because once you have access to that, you know, hard money, they're going to loan you 100% of your project with, and you don't pay interest till the project's done. I mean, that just creates a situation where the amount of work you can do is unlimited, right? And you know, my company, you know, we've only got 5 people right now. But even with just the 5 people, we can handle probably close to $50 million a year in construction. And so what we're doing right now is enough to keep us paid, but it's kind of boring, right? We're kind of just farting around and getting work done, and it's like we want to do more, and it's like how do we get more work? So, and that's what I'm trying to figure out is I can go create my own work if I got access to that kind of capital, you know.
Be the builder, right? Because we're gonna use you on our next flip, and we'll get you on the HUD so we can do that. But if anybody else needs a flip, Gary's the dude, right?
Yeah, so that's my goal, is how do I get 5, you know, get 5 as fast as possible.
You're looking for 5 flips, or you're looking for 5 new builds?
I'm looking to get my name on 5 HUDs to get 5 projects done. I don't care what kind of projects they are, because the goal isn't really about whether it's new build or a flip. It's about getting my name on 5 HUDs so I can get access to this capital.
Tell Grant.
Hey, Gary, where are you?
I've reached out to him over the week. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I reached out to Grant over the weekend, and we proposed this to him to partner with him on some of this stuff. And I don't know if you guys know Edmundo, but he's got a builder in Houston that might be willing to partner as well with me on these things. So I think, you know, I'm saying this out loud because collectively, like if we can all get to that point, man, we can do a lot of work.
Yeah,
Right?
we're almost there too. So another project or 2 and we'll have that.
Did you hear that? Gary's in just north of Dallas. Angela?
Oh, my question. Thank you.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. So whoever I cut off, was that you, Angela? I apologize.
She answered my question.
Okay.
Angela, you want to jump in here?
Sure. What do you want me to talk about? Oh, my goals, my SMART goals?
Yeah.
So I have several SMART goals, but one thing that really it was one thing that's been getting to me is like everybody's saying network, and my calendar is full. I'm talking to people, but I'm more focused on quality relationships now that I understand quantity is not the goal. You can know a lot of people, but I want to be resourceful for my relationships as well as they are resourceful for me. So I've been really focusing on that, locking in on that, and I network with a funeral home director, and he actually put my card up and put like a little flyer that I created, and that created 3 calls that's set up for this week.
Whoa.
And I've really been like honing in on marketing as well, because we talked about it, Chad, just finding different ways to market. I understand that, you know, people have those things that they like or maybe like the easiest, but sometimes you have to go like to a market that nobody wants to touch. And that may be your sweet spot. A lot of people don't like to talk to people and say, hey, yeah, I know your wife died, but are you willing to sell your house? That's a really tough conversation to have. But I think it's important to switch things out, figure out if there's another way to market. There's a gajillion ways to market that works for you. If it doesn't work, you know, sub that in for something else. So I think that has probably been the most resourceful connection I've made. I really do want to continue to network. I do. That's why I was asking. I'm very familiar with Edmundo. Hopefully we should be having lunch this month or maybe early next month. But good connections is like powerful. And talking to those builders, I believe Chad told me that talking with people who have trades that are like plumbing or, you know, whatnot, those are really good connections for people who are tired of their house, tired of, you know, the issues, and could potentially be a seller.
Nice one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
remember.
if I can plug Edmundo for a second, of all the lenders that I've spoken to, Edmundo has been by far the way he works. He's been so helpful, and he works hard. I've gotten kind of
I can second
blown
that.
off, not blown off by a lot of people, but a lot of lenders that just kind of like, hey, you meet that criteria or not, and come see us when you do. Edmundo's like, we're going to figure this out. He's
I can
absolutely
second
phenomenal.
that. Yeah. I'm very good friends with his partner, Mario, and great resource. Great. I'm really understanding quality over quantity. Like you can know a million people, but if they're not resourceful, you might as well not. It fills up your calendar and takes up a lot of time networking with these people. So yeah, I can second that as well.
Some people just want to drain your time.
Or follow you on social media. I'm like, I'm trying to make money. I'm not looking for followers.
Do you have his number? We have a lender. I'm gonna put in here,
He's a
Glenn
big dog.
Burrow. He's a big dog. Also been great. But if you guys could put in Edmundo, is that who it is?
Yeah.
Mhm. So we don't have access to the chat.
Okay.
Well, excuse me, we
Oh, I
don't
didn't
have
pull that up on your. Sorry.
no worries.
I gotta. Sorry, I'll give everybody permission.
Why is
I'll let me see if I can figure out how to oh, here we go.
I don't know.
I'm gonna put it in the chat here in a second.
I
Okay.
wanted
If I
to.
can figure it out.
Oh, you get chat disabled?
Apparently, all
Yeah.
It just
Hey,
does.
well, you're figuring that out. It's Amy. I'm just gonna go and go because I gotta jump off to
Yeah,
another
I wanted to
meeting.
hear Amy. I was really actually wanting to see how it went with the place in Corpus as well. And
Well, no, we had to let the corpus go, and that's why my whole goals last week were to do more looking for those end buyers. And so what I put in, I've been making progress, getting more. But what I remembered this morning is I met someone who works for Investor Base. And so in the WhatsApp chat, I put her PowerPoint presentation in there. I signed up for 2 free weeks. So I'm offering that service to anyone who needs end buyers because you can go in there and you can pull the information and get lists built. So I think that I'm going to concentrate on that and try to pull different markets. So you can watch the presentation, you can go and do it. And then not if, when we all start getting good deals, then I think it's definitely something that will give us legs to see if it's worth investing in that. Maybe as a couple people partnering on Investor Base because they do have different levels of membership. But I put that in the WhatsApp app. And so you can look at that. And like I said, you can message me if you want me to pull any markets. If you want to shoot me an address, I can pull those and we can get those on that combined spreadsheet that we started. And then you'll be able to pull from that and solicit from them. So, and then someone else can get the next 2 free weeks and we can do this again until we
And
need
just
it.
keep rolling through emails too. Have
Yeah.
it for free.
Yeah, and I
Gary,
know
do you,
Rashonda, I'm in a prayer group with her, and I don't know why I didn't think of her earlier. I was just like, so she works for that, and she's really helpful. But she has to make money too.
I would say, Chad, if you can put those, because once we're off this call, these go away. Can you put these in the WhatsApp group?
I put in Mundo's in the WhatsApp group already, his phone number. Do you guys want his email too? Would that be helpful? Yeah, let me get that.
Yeah, that'd be helpful.
But for my smart goals this week is just to hopefully schedule something with Frank so we can get going on more different than real estate. I know I need to diversify what I'm doing. I'm having great success working with realtors, but I need to look at other marketing strategies and get that going as well. So that's my smart goal is to develop more external marketing plans, and that includes Flipping Pro.
Let's go. Happy to help.
It's good.
Appreciate your shout out, Chad, on that. Can't remember who it was. Was it Valerie? Valerie's post?
Facebook.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
I was like, what do I put? I just won't put anything. I'll let Mara if she put something there. I didn't want to. I'm not good about self-promoting, so
It's weird. I do it,
yeah,
but I always feel weird when I do it.
I'm not that dude, but I
No,
appreciate it.
I'll be that guy then for you.
it's so much easier promoting somebody else. We need to promote each other.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's very true. That's one of my weaknesses.
And I don't know if that's a weakness though. That's, I always when people self-promote, I mean, again, this is, the way I look at that, my eyes kind of roll back in my head, right? It's like,
Yeah,
are you really like I get it, right? But I want to know what other people think of you. Because people always tell you what they want
exactly.
you to think of themselves,
Maybe not so much self-promote, but just putting yourself out there. It's awkward.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
All right. Who's up next? Somebody say something.
So I got a question for Angela. Did you would ask where I was? Where are you in? Where are you at?
I'm located in Houston.
Houston? Okay.
Mhm.
We're trying to get a
I'll say, go ahead. Sorry.
we're trying to get a hold of OYEZZ for short sales because still seeing so many short sales. So we need a good partner that we can just feed short sales to and not worry about them. Just take a hit off of that. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm not
great. We
familiar
have a
with,
bunch of those. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm not familiar. I feel like that's what people get the most, these short sales, especially coming off the foreclosure list. It's a lot. It's a lot.
yeah, there's plenty of
Um,
them.
so I was thinking about an idea. Let me know how you guys feel about checking in like midweek. I don't know if you guys are doing that in the chat. Me and Chad kind of talked about it. How do you guys feel about like having conversations midweek versus just on Mondays about accountability? And this is, of course, not obligated, but if anybody wants to, they may feel like it might be useful. Just let me know.
Well, the WhatsApp chat is really powerful for that if people are just paying attention to that. So, I mean, it doesn't have to be twice a week. It can be consistent. So
Right,
anytime you
constant,
have
man.
constant communication and constant dialogue, you can use the WhatsApp group for that. It's very effective. But if you need to reach out to anybody, I'm sure you ping them on WhatsApp and do a DM and make a phone call through there. Works great.
Okay.
Hey, Rosalind or Phyllis, do you guys have anything that you'd like to talk about?
Kyle is one.
Oh yeah, that's you.
Kyle, you're on stage. What you got, man? How's your week?
It's been busy, but not in this space. There's been there's been a lot of dialogue in this space, but and we attended two different big dog meetups this week. We went on site big dog meetups, and so we did a lot of meeting of new people that we hadn't met before. Went down on Saturday. Say it was a Saturday. No, it was Friday night, and getting them all mixed up. Yeah, I can't even remember what night it was now. But we met a group down here in Austin in two different places 2 days last week. So that was really good because it was new contacts that we didn't have before that are local to our area, in ways that we can grow parts of the big dog group that we haven't been able to really, put lassos around yet. We've had my weeks are pretty filled up with commercial real estate stuff. Specifically, I finished nine contracts this week for my commercial real estate technology package. So essentially all the technology, all the contracts that have to happen for an asset and the owner of the asset and the tenants in the assets to be able to put our what's called total MDU. It's Internet as a Service solution inside of multi-dwelling space. So I've been doing that since 2015, but we're just kind of recharging that in a new business vertical. And essentially what it does is it turns the property owner into the internet service provider for their tenant in a multifamily capacity. So all of that money comes back into the property instead of going back out to Spectrum or AT&T for internet. So it creates a large NOI increase, but it's a resellable additional income stream in multifamily. And there's 9 different contracts in that process that people have to sign in order to use the product. So I finished writing all those this week, which was kind of a really big deal. So I know it's not part of the big dog process, but it's part of processes that we have to get underway so that other people can take over the reins.
Cool, man. You guys were doing a cold caller. I'm excited about Egyptian dudes. If you want to hear more about that after I interview.
Say that again.
I'm interviewing I think 4 different Egyptian cold callers that guy's talking about with the 413 cold callers. I'm interviewing some of his guys this week, so I'm excited about that.
Interesting. Yeah.
Should know
I
how
would like to hear more about that. I've had 3 really good back and forths with American-based companies with American-based VAs. So, and I'm really big on keeping it inside the country. One, I want the legal defensibility of the product, and also the local reach. So I want people that I can call in our time zones to be able to handle dialogue. I'm not big on outsourcing to foreign countries. So I want local VAs. I'd rather pay more for a local VA than pay less for somebody I can't control. So,
all right. These Egyptians, I'm excited about the Egyptians though. They sound a lot more like we do. And they're all trained in real estate already.
It's great.
I don't know if you caught that earlier, but this guy has a whole spreadsheet. Showed me their scoring system, and yeah, it's out of like a couple hundred points. If they drop below, I think it's 150, then they go on warning, and so it sounds cool. I'll report back next week on this for sure though. So what's your goal for this week, Kyle? Goals, and you and Josie together? I don't know if you want to do that, but
Josie's probably on her W-2 call, which I would suspect. I have about 10 things that I'm trying to get off of my plate in my business, so that I can at least have some dedicated time to focus on big dog stuff. And I think that's I need to get rid of the distraction cost that's taking, and it's not that it's unnecessary. It's just I have to get things completed that other people can then handle.
Gotcha.
So that's my big deal. Josie's been she's a workhorse. She finished our Trello boards. I don't know if you guys use Trello. If you've never seen that, it's a Atlassian product. TRELLO. It's a downloadable dashboard you can put on your computer and run it on your phone. But essentially it's a task management process that uses tasks and cards. So watch some Zoom videos on that, or not Zoom videos, but YouTube videos on Trello, TRELLO. I've been using it for about 10 years or so. And it lets you work back and forth with teams, so you can add teams to it. And until you end up with 10 managed dashboards, and that's collective between all of your team members. So if you have 3 people and you have 3 boards, that's 9 boards. So until you hit 10 boards, the product is free. Atlassian's a huge company, software development company. And so this is just a really great way for you to manage tasks and keep things on track between a couple of different people in a team. I can kind of give you a quick view of that since we're taking a little longer today, which is fine.
So on Joe.
So this is Trello, and so you can see this is Wentworth Holding Group, and so we have tasks to complete, deals for capital raising, total MDU projects, web development, domain and web development projects. We have a warrior conference we're setting up, and then residential workings, local meetups, and then things that are completed. And when you bring up a particular task, come on, then I just missed that. Let me see if I've got one that's got static on it right here. So this one has static on it.
Product that runs on Windows, right?
It runs on Windows, runs on Mac, runs in a web browser, use it in a web browser in Linux. And then it'll run on mobile as well. So we've been trying to build this meetup, this local meetup down here for commercial real estate education. And so this is all the work that Josie's been doing on that. This entire Trello board is shared between Josie and myself. And we can see that right here up in the top. So we both have logins to Trello. We both shared this. One of us created it, and then we shared it with the other one. So, and then I have a ton of different boards. So this is a board I currently use on Get It Done and client follow-up and government contracting, and MDU Tech, which is essentially the other board that we've moved a lot of this to, and then things that have been completed and when they were completed. So it's it's a very effective product for managing task management. You can drag tasks in between boards once they need to be moved around. You can change the orders of them and then you can just add a new card.
Kyle, I think you need more VAs, man.
So the new card, you can put in descriptions and labels and create checklists, which is extremely important. A lot of times you create a task, but then you have items in the task that need to be done that are independent little check items in order for that task to be completed. So yeah, it's pretty slick. Anyway, that's my give back for the day.
Nice. It looks like, oh man, I've tried so hard to get the tasking out of my hair because when I get task lists, like it gives me anxiety. That's why I was like, you need more VAs, right? I try to outsource as much of my tasking as possible and just I don't know, focus on what I've been ignoring. That I feel like I procrastinate a lot on trying to talk to the seller. And so getting back to trying to talk to the seller all week, it's been great. But thanks for sharing that. I want Rosalind, Phyllis, and Joe to jump in here.
I can jump in real quick. I'll keep mine nice, short and sweet. My SMART goals. I want to dispo this deal that we've got. We think that we've got a pretty decent one, and I'm hoping to be able to dispo it by my birthday next Tuesday. And then say again?
The RV park?
No, not an RV park, single family home in Kyle. I really, one thing I noticed while we were doing cold calling a couple weeks ago, especially doing it for long periods of time, is we seem to get burnt out really quickly on doing cold calls. So I'm redoing our goals with that instead of doing it by days. I really like Chad's idea of doing the 100 minutes a day with marketing. So we're moving more that direction so that we're not getting burnt out, doing hours and hours of cold calling every day. And then trying to break that up with some text messaging and some other marketing avenues as well. So that's my two big ones. I've got another person on the line to potentially be for acquisitions. And then as we were talking as well, I want to start talking to you about getting a VA for us as well. So when you got that all squared away, shoot me a call or a text.
Nice. Okay, cool. And then if you need help with dispo, those guys might do it. But I also found a contact at New Western, and we just contract to this dude. He showed up, looked at our house, and wanted an instantly cash deal, all done. They close on it.
No kidding.
And they don't find an in buyer. They just close on it and then go find their buyer.
Yeah.
No kidding. Yeah, I definitely and he's just an end buyer. He's not looking to JV or anything.
It's New Western, so they close
Okay.
on the cash
Mm-hmm.
and they find their buyer after they've already closed on it.
Got it.
I met a guy this weekend that's I think new to the Big Dog group, and he was on the Flipping Pro call on Saturday, and he reached back out to me. He's like, "Hey, I'm looking to buy. I got finance. I'm come with a contractor, come with capital." And I was like, "All right." And he's like, "If you want a JV," I'm like, "I'm just wholesaling right now." So he goes, "Anything within 2 hours." So he's in the Austin area, Joseph. If you want to connect with me offline, I'll get you his info, or I can pop it in here. I just got to go find it.
Heck yeah, I'll shoot you something on WhatsApp real quick.
Okay.
WhatsApp's great for this.
Yeah.
You could also possibly say, if I bring you the deal and you fund everything, then I'll 50-50 it with you.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not doing any flips. And he goes, like I said, he was fairly new. He was trying, he was going through the setup and stuff. I needed some help with my AI, so that's why I was on the call. And he reached out to me, and I thought it was going to be to help him with his flipping. And he's like, "Hey, this is what I'm doing. I'll send you his info, Joseph. I'll tell him you're reaching out."
Cool. I just shot you a message on WhatsApp. Thank you.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, no problem.
Phyllis, how you doing? I can't hear you. No, you're muted, but when you
You're
were
muted
unmuted,
still.
you.
For now?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, can't hear you. Just kidding.
Well, this morning waking up, I have good news. So it's taken me 10 days to get my number registered with Flipping Pro, the HUD registration. So finally, after following up multiple times on my trouble ticket, finally have the number. So now that's kind of been what I've been hanging back on, because I don't want to stick my number out there to everybody and everything. So that's going to be, I'll probably holler at you, Frank, sometime, get set up, get you to help me now that I have that. And
If it was only 10 days, you're actually pretty good, because right now AOTP is taking about between 14 and 21 days. So you did pretty good.
Ours took like almost a month or something. It was
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's pretty standard. They were saying, I think TJ was saying that he was down to a few days, but I mean, it's not always under their control, right? So 10 days is about right.
Don't worry, as soon as you get it, you'll get flagged for spam. So then you'll have to quit.
So so every time I get another one, because I want more than the one, is it going to be easier, or is it going to be the same with every single number?
No, once you get it set up, dropping numbers is no problem.
Okay, wonderful. All right. Well, yeah, on one of the calls, TJ said, a couple of days. So I guess that's what I was going on.
I think I was on that call. I remember that. Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I mean, that'd be interesting if that's the case, but yeah.
In the
10
perspective
days
of
is
a
about
year,
right.
it's only a couple of days.
Yeah.
Something we've
Well,
done is try to sneak phone numbers in. We'll put an extra phone number in for like a friend or something like that, or we'll call ourselves with it. And we found one of our numbers was flagged as spam right away.
Oh, risky spam.
Yeah. I was talking to a seller today. She's like, your number literally says risky spam on it. And I'm like, well, I promise I'm not risky or spam. She thought it was funny.
Funny. But so that's a big thing for me. I'm excited about that. Then I have this girl that I just decided one evening, it was about 9 o'clock, and she was on the foreclosure list for August the 5th. I thought I'll send a text out. I had never sent any text out, and so I sent it out. And she answered it, and I was like, "Oh," she was like,
Now
"What
what do I
can you?"
do?
She was
Oh,
like, "What
cool.
can you do for me?" She's going to be hard. Of course, the first one that's gonna come back to me is going to be difficult. So I hope I can help her. She's only had her house a couple of years and lost her job, and so she's like 20,000 behind, and she's a single mom. So I like totally just,
Is that Amanda?
no, her name is Shay.
Okay, good.
She's from here. I don't think I don't think anybody's reached out to her because I probably because I have to manually. It's a little town out here where I'm at,
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, and so
It
then she
sounds
has
very familiar to when I was talking to her in San Antonio. It's like, oh man, that sucks. She got in, I think in 18 on first time buyer, no money down, and 20K behind. And it's like, I'm sorry, there's nothing there. You're gonna have to do a short sale. That's the only thing
yeah,
I can recommend because there was nothing. I mean, we looked at it all 3 different ways, 4 different ways, and there's just nothing. So it's unfortunate.
These short sales.
she's I, that's yeah, she's supposed to be getting me some more numbers, some more accurate numbers today, hopefully. So I hope I can help her, kind of finding out, talking to her and everything. And I went and met her because she actually works. She lives in my county. She doesn't live in my city or my town. And so, but she does work. So here. So of course I went and met her, and I'm just like, bonding with her as a single mom, and I'm like, oh my gosh. But hopefully I can help her. She has a cousin, I think, that's her realtor and has had her house on the market for nearly a year. And so I, of course, had to talk to her. So that was a whole nother. I was like, crap, first one, and the only thing good she has is a 4% interest rate. That's it. But
That's yeah.
she has her house has been redone. It's really pretty. I've looked at all the pictures on the MLS. I haven't gone and looked at it yet because I just got off work yesterday. So it's in a great location and everything's great about it. It's just in a small town.
There's no way to do a wrap. Have you tried that?
Well, I'm trying to get numbers. So I
She
also,
wanted to stay, or she
I'm
wanted
sure she
to save it. Yeah, that's usually what that is. I mean, they usually want to stay, and you probably have to work on getting her through that process. Because if there's no room for anything else, I mean, it is a good possibility for a wrap, a good possibility for a sub two, but that wouldn't be for her. It'd be for the next person.
right.
So you
I
can
know
get
she
us, you
wants.
can get us some money out
I know
potentially.
she wants completely avoid foreclosure. She knows that because she's like, then I don't know where her and her son are gonna live. Having that
Mhm.
in another place. So I do need I do need some help and guidance on what all her options are going to be. I mean, she's the first one that I've even
Yeah.
talked
So
to.
short sale, you can try it yourself or find a partner. Chris Salcido kept beating into my head the other day. I'm like, it's too much work. I don't want to do these short sales. He's like, Chad, you're not going to do the work. You just need a partner to pass it to.
Yeah.
That's
And
what I
there's
need.
deed in lieu.
If we get one, if we find one, I guess for this group, I mean, we had some. I mean, like I said, one in San Antonio. I don't know, it might be difficult because of the geographic, but if we can find somebody, maybe they have a partner down south, that would be helpful. I think for you, Phyllis, for this one, I mean, if you can, because it's an August 5th, see if you can do like a loan mod, see if that's an option. See if you can do, if she has the money for a TRO to pause it, give you some time to sell it, give you some more time to sell it. If it's rural, those tend to be a little bit even more tough than the current market, just because there's not a lot of comps in the area. So you kind of have to know what you're selling it for if that's what you're trying to do. I think you have to get that person there first, right? So if they're willing to do that on a 4%, certainly a good wrap opportunity. Certainly a good sub two opportunity. It just depends on the property. If it's You can have somebody bring you 20, 30K that gets her out of foreclosure, gets you some money in your pocket. Maybe you give her some of it. She might just have to walk away.
Right.
So there's
And
a lot of tough like paths forward. I mean, especially with something like that, you just have to walk through that, and it sounds like they might just walk away.
Yeah,
But
don't
it's
forget
not a foreclosure.
deed in lieu. That's the next best thing to foreclosure is still deed in lieu.
well, she's definitely she just wants me to save her and not have to go through a bankruptcy or a foreclosure. She knows she may have to walk away. She just wants to. So yes, I definitely, I don't even care on this one. I know it's bad. It's like I just want to save her. I don't even, I'm not even worried about money, right now because I just want to save her.
Yeah.
Yeah, the people I've talked to, I feel so bad for them. Some of them can't save.
So figuring out how to help her, and then now that I have my number, so those are my two big things this week.
Just keep on, talking to her and being a friend, and that's going to be the best way. And for all like the future leads as well. That's what we need to be better at, is just focusing on those. Yeah.
Oh, when I got through talking to her, when I went up to her work and saw her and talked to her for a minute, because I didn't want her to think that I was just some weirdo on the other end, on the other end of a text. And after I got through talking to her, I just wanted to hug her.
Well,
I
then
just felt bad for her.
sounds like you did great at breaking through that barrier and building the rapport.
I feel like we're friends and probably will stay friends, especially if I can save her.
Yeah, she's got a few options, but she's running out of time.
Yep.
I'm gonna stop the recording here.